it. Right. Football Dad Army, welcome to the Arsenal Alliance show. Guest superstar, the man from tomorrow, Scotty, too hotty. How you, Scott?
Mate, I've never been called a superstar before. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm over the moon with the victory against Spurs. What we're going to do a match reaction on. There's going to be other topics that we're going to talk about as well. In the meantime, I've got one eye on Bayern Munich Real Madrid game, which Bayern Munich are winning 2-1, coming back from they was 1-0 down, and they've come back with a Leroy Sané goal and an Harry Kane penalty. And
it was 1-0 when I left.
Yeah, Bayern Munich look on top. They scored both goals within a few minutes. We are also having a guest superstar on the channel as well. The old school gunner, Dave, is coming on in about 15 minutes. He's going to come on straight after the Bayern Munich Real Madrid game. And we've got a first comment in. Early doors.
Right, Tony.
It's Tony. How you doing, Tony? Hope you're well, mate. Evening to you too.
Have you guys bought Eddie and Ketty yet?
You can have him. I'll drive him to the London Stadium myself.
Yeah. So what's your thoughts on the game then?
The game, yeah. Well, right, let's be brutally honest. We was 3-0 up at half time. And I don't think we played particularly well in that first half. Everyone was saying there was a good performance. Decent performance, yeah, it was all right. But I think the whole game, I don't think Arsenal really played very well.
It was a weird game, wasn't it? You know,
yeah, it was a strange game. Hang on, Scott, you and Anthony trying to flag that dead horse again, trying to flog that dead horse again.
Eddie,
Eddie and Katie. Let me put my bins on because
Oh, come on, Tony! He scored a hat trick against Sheffield United.
Yeah, he hasn't scored much else, has he?
No. I think for me that game, it's a weird one. It was like Tottenham they had a lot of possession, but they didn't really create anything, did they? And it's like
because it was a derby game, you can never tell. You can, look what happened at the Everton game at Goodison Park against Liverpool. Now, Liverpool are going away. Liverpool should have really and truly won that game quite easily, but they wound up losing it. So,
it's
I was worried about the game in the running. That was the only game I was worried about. Spurs away, because it's always a game. It's always a game that I'm never confident about. It's a game I can't handle to watch, Scott.
I've got a question for Tony while he's here. I was watching a West Ham fan channel the other day, and I don't know if this is true, and they said that David Moyes has spent 500 million at West Ham, and last year they took a record profit of 300 million. I don't know if that's true or not. If that's the case, they've got a lot of money to spend, haven't they?
Well, all they spent in the summer was the Declan Rice money.
So I'm just curious if that was true. Has he spent 500 million, and did they earn a record profits of 300 million last season? Because to me, it sounds like quite a lot, doesn't it?
Tony's just saying he's going to call David Sullivan now.
Yeah. I think going back to the game, it's really great to see Partey back there. But there's part of me that feels he's not that player he was.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I don't think he played as good as he did against Chelsea.
But I've noticed the last two performances we've had him in, obviously he helps Saka, and we get the Saka and the Odegaard back where they are. Odegaard's more further forward, and Saka seems to work better with Partey behind him. But with the Luton full game he played, and these two games here, to me, he looks like he's a little bit off the pace still, and he seems to get caught with the ball a little bit.
Yeah, there was a couple.
I don't know
if you passes as well. Let's say good evening to Steve. Steve Insidious. Good evening. How are you? Hope you're well.
G'day, Steve. Isn't it?
We've got another one. Sorry, it's the Guna Matata. 3-0 was very good. Then yet again we give goals away. Listen, I honestly believe if Freya don't give that ball away for them to score their first goal, I don't think they would have scored Tottenham.
You know,
I don't think they would have scored because even though we wasn't that good, the important thing was we got the 3 points, right? So I'm not going to moan about it at all. God no. But I don't think if they don't give that ball away, they don't score, and then they won't score for the rest of the game because it changed the game. And we started to panic a little bit, and then then they get their second goal.
Thing is, I saw
under pressure. Evening Laguna Mateta and Steven Sidious from Tony.
I saw the I saw an interview with Raya after, and he completely, basically said, yeah, completely hold my hands up, it was my fault. And they kind of asked him what he was trying to do. And he didn't say he was trying to chip it. He just, because I was just trying to put it long. But he was kind of trying to chip it over them, wasn't he? He was kind of trying to be a little cheeky.
Yeah, a little bit cocky. Yeah, I would say cocky more than cheeky. How do you feel Steven Sidious?
I do think that giving him that goal completely changed it, and that was definitely a penalty that Declan Rice give away. We'll give him that. What did you feel about the goal that we scored from Saka? Is it can't say his name, Kulusevski? Is that his name?
Kulusevski.
Yeah, when he got fouled by Trossard, do you think it was a foul?
No way. No, never in a million years. So Laguna Mateta, that's one. That's the one. The Rice one, just him didn't look. Oh well, 3-2. Thanks for coming. Oh, that. The meltdown. Yeah. I'm telling you. Listen, the meltdown from the Spurs fans has been unbelievable.
I've spent the last.
Big up, lads, to Early Doors Football TV and Steven Sidious.
I spent the last couple of days, Lee, and I've been sitting there watching Tottenham fan channels, just sitting there watching, listening to what they're saying. They're losing their mind, mate. It's
absolutely lost the plot. The old school gunner, Dave, he's coming on. He said he's going to be 15 minutes. So yeah, I've already said that. I've let everybody know, Dave, that you'll be on straight after the Bayern Munich Real Madrid game.
But it's shit. What was he on about? Lost my brain.
But Kulusevski,
that goal there. No, I don't think that was nothing with Trossard, because I watched an interview with Kulusevski after, and he basically they said, "Was that a foul?" And he just went like that, shook his head, and went, "Not really." He said, "I carried on." Yeah,
the meltdown is as well. We just touched on
that was it.
And I watched this guy on Can't Stay, early start tomorrow. Have a great show, guys. Guts, guys.
Nah, I think he meant to say Can't Stand Us.
Good luck. We'll see you soon, yeah?
See you later. You have a good shift tomorrow, Tony.
Hopefully I'll guest on your channel one day, or you can guest on mine. That'd be good. We'll sort it out soon.
And I've been watching some of these Tottenham fan channels, and they've completely lost their mind. They want Ange sacked. And I do get it. He doesn't seem to change this high line. He's not very, but he did actually set them up slightly different, Tottenham, in this game. He left Basuma on the bench. He tried to make them a little bit more controlling of the midfield. So he did slightly adapt, but I'm thinking to myself, you've had Conte, you've had Jose Mourinho, you've had Poch, you've now got Ange. Where are you going? You haven't achieved anything with them three before. Where do you think you guys are going?
Well,
and
I was watching.
I do think they believe they're bigger than they are.
Of course they do. They always have.
Yeah, they always have.
And they hate Arsenal with passion. Fair enough. But they use the excuse about them being us coming to North London, being second-rate North London team compared to them, but they wasn't a North London team themselves to the 60s. You know what I mean? Or the 70s, 60s or 70s, the old GLC, and it was they was a Middlesex club. So we come to North London in like 1913 or something like that. 1900.
Yeah, I think we did.
So we was a North London club really before them. So what they're talking about us being second class
like
North London club is all like Nyax really.
And I was listening to Talk Sport. I was listening to Talk Sport yesterday. I don't know why. And this Tottenham fan rang up and he says, for that Man City game, I want us to put in all our under 21s and just lose that game, And it's like, what's wrong with you guys? It's like you're more concerned with Arsenal than you are about what you need to achieve. I don't get it.
Did you see the video? I've done a video, and I saw that. I saw something similar to that. And these fans, right? I said, do you think Tottenham will roll over against City, just to stop Arsenal winning the league? And I thought, no, it's bollocks. You know what I mean? I can't see anybody. It's very unprofessional. I don't think the manager wants that.
I'm just gonna run and grab me inhaler, mate. 2 seconds.
Yeah, go on. I don't think the manager would want that. I don't think maybe most of the players wouldn't want to roll over. It's just what the fans want. And the fans, they've got so much hatred for Arsenal being a better side than them. Over the years, I know they've been a better side, finishing higher than us in the not last season, but about 2 or 3 seasons before that. But we finished above them for 20 years previous to that, consistently. Something along them. It might not have been 20, might have been 15, 18, something like that. But we was consistently better than Tottenham, and they built up this proper hatred. And
I class them as a rival, as in where we are on the map. But apart from that, I don't consider them a rival.
Well, I do, because they are rivals. I mean, I disagree with you, Scott, but they are rivals to us because that game is always.
But I mean, they're only rivals in the sense of where we are in the map in London.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, I understand what you're saying, but
as in they've never achieved anything like we have, so I don't class them as a rival in that sense.
Okay.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, right. I understand. Googling Matata, Tottenham's look like they've got Arsenal tops on their face, so red. Red with embarrassment or red with anger? Because all I've seen is anger. I watched the football terrace, right? Listen, Scott, I watched the football terrace, right? And there's this young Tottenham fan, I think he's American. He sounded American anyway, but he's only young. He's about, if he's 20, that's old for me to say that. So he's a young kid.
Yeah.
And he's going, it's disgusting. He's screaming over him, screaming about the Kulusevski should have had a penalty, screaming about all this shit. What were them Tottenham fans saying? What were them Tottenham fans saying when we was moaning about the bad decisions we got when the Newcastle one for a start?
Telling us to shut up.
Shut up, hold your noise, take it on the chin, all that shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? And the Tottenham fans were in meltdown.
Yeah.
Meltdown. There's a penalty for Real Madrid, apparently. I've just seen it there.
For me, I've always thought like our biggest rival was Manchester United, growing up.
Yeah, no, in the 90s, yeah. In the 90s, it was Arsenal and Man United.
And I've kind of always stuck with that one, that was the one I've always wanted to smash Man United. Obviously I always want to beat Tottenham, but I don't feel they're rivals in the sense of they're quality-wise to us.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I was watching like that Expressions, and he was trying to say that Maddison is like 10 times the player that Odegaard is. Is he off his tits?
Oh, mate.
I don't know where they're coming from.
I've heard that. I've heard Arsenal fans say that before Maddison went to Spurs.
But to be honest, their best player on the pitch, is it 2-2?
2-2, yeah.
Their best player on the pitch was Romario.
Romero, yeah.
Yes, Romero, sorry. He's the only
Yeah.
player that actually looked like he was giving a shit. And I tell you what, Son has passed it.
I just think he's having a bad spell. Like they're saying it about Vinicius Junior's just scored that penalty, by the way, to make it 2-2. A player that I would love at Arsenal. But anyway,
I say get rid of Sonny. He's gone.
they were saying the same thing. They're saying the same thing about Mo Salah, about he's had it, he's passed it, and is he going to be there next season? I think he's going to stay next season. I saw that come up on my feed on YouTube.
Thing is, what I see about Mo Salah, right, is you can see obviously he is in the decline now, isn't he? Like it takes him 20 shots to get one now.
I just think he's having a bit of a bad spell. I think he's having but like again, I was watching another video and that Terry Flewers from the Football Terrorist, he was saying, he said there was a time when Ryan Giggs said he was being booed for 6 months, but then all of a sudden he started getting back together again and had like nigh on another decade at United.
Yeah,
he had a bad bit of form, like just half a season's worth of bad form, and the fans are very fickle. They're quick to turn.
How old is Salah? 33.
No, I don't know his exact age. I find out, but I think he's probably. I thought he was about 30, 31.
Yeah.
1 minute. Let me just have a look quick. How old is Mo Salah?
31 years old.
31. So he's got another 5 years at Liverpool if he wants to stay, I'd say.
Yeah, I just think when Klopp leaves, he leaves. And I think because I don't think he is the player he was now. I don't think he'll want to play second fiddle. I don't know what you think.
Well,
I think if it's going to be
as good as he was when he had Mane with him.
Because I think
when Mane left, he sort of, it took a bit of Mo Salah's game away from him, Firmino. When they left, Mo Salah, I don't think he's had that partnership back. Although he's been consistently like one of the top scorers in the league, even when they left, I still think he misses that Mane and Firmino.
Yeah. I think Sane's the one he misses, isn't he? Hey, going back to the Tottenham game, Ben White. He's class, isn't he?
When he was pinching the goalkeeper. Talking about that.
Did you see when he was? Yeah, he was trying to unclip his gloves and things like that.
No, he's messing about like. But that's all like they teach you that at grassroots.
Yeah,
I was a football manager for kids, right? And I would say stand on the keeper at corners, free kicks. If it's like a free kick out that way, to be crossed into the box, stand on the keeper. Like have a little nudge, like give him a little pinch, do something just to not wind him up. So if he retaliates as well, you've got a penalty. You know what I mean?
I used to run my studs down their Achilles.
Yeah, well, that one as well. Come on, you gooners, 3 games to go. Oh my God! Yes, 3 games to go.
So basically, I was watching that Tottenham thing, and honestly, I was watching all this stuff, right, and I was just watching the meltdown, pissing myself really, and there was going, Ben White, he should be banned. This is disgraceful behaviour, and I'm like, after the Tottenham fans were actually saying, "No, come on, this is part of the game. That's the fun of it, isn't it?" And
I can understand why they get wound up and why they was upset about it, because no one wants that to happen to their player for their club. But it happens every game, every single game. Things like that happen all the time. And
but one of the things that also the Tottenham fans were saying, and it was they was talking like towards that as in Arsenal being like way better, and they said you can just see that the mentality of the Arsenal team is together. And you can also tell that when they want to kill a game, they use the dark arts. Like we'll slow the game down, we'll go down, Ray will lay down on the ball, or we'll do all these things. And they said, sadly, these are the things that take the sting out of games, aren't they?
Of course.
And it's the dark arts. And they said basically Tottenham haven't got any of that. So the only one thing better than him trying to undo the goal is his gloves was when he throwed Cucurella in the net in the Chelsea game, wasn't it? Did you see that one?
What he is as well.
Did you see that one where he picked up Cucurella and just choked him?
Yeah.
So it's like Ben White. He's like the heart and soul of the team when you think about it. Imagine how good he would be if he liked football. But no, I just think he's too cool for cats. Do you know what I mean? He's so calm, isn't he? And you just see, but you watch what we do at set pieces. You know, you've got what Ben White's doing, but then if you watched in the Chelsea game what we did, you've got Saliba, and what Saliba's doing, he's got Enzo here, and he pushes Enzo like this and holds him, and what he's doing is he's playing everybody on side.
Yeah,
because he's held Enzo there, and it's
also
like
making space for the runners.
Yeah, but that's what we're learning with a set piece coach. These things are like dark arts. It's like if you push Enzo and you hold him in that position, he's played everyone on side. And these things are actually really simple, aren't they?
Yeah.
And
that I'm not sure if we've only had the set piece coach since the turn of the year. I'm not sure if he was there beforehand, but since the turn of the year, the set pieces, they've been you know, we've been brilliant at them. The best in the league at them. Best in the league at set pieces, best in the league at scoring goals, best in the league at defending. Just a shame that mate, you're just like a juggernaut and they're just like superb team. If they weren't in the league, mate, we'd be running away with it.
And the thing is, set pieces is completely different to playing football, isn't it? It's, you know, it's so different. And then they asked Ange that question at the end of the game. He said, "Do you think you need a set piece coach?" And he said, "I think I've got other problems opposed to that," as in he didn't need a set piece coach. And I'm thinking, well, obviously you do, because you concede so many goals from corners. And if you look at that Vicario, is it Vicario? Is that his name?
The goalkeeper, yeah.
Yeah, Vicario. If you watch nearly every game with Tottenham, he has an issue with every corner. He can't command his box at all. You know, so they have got a problem. So they can't, you know, and you can see with what's happened with us employing a set piece coach is that it is the kind of thing you need, isn't it, nowadays?
It seems that way, doesn't it? I think they have got someone who teaches or coaches set pieces. But you know, it's not an actual. I think he might be just a normal coach who just takes the training for set pieces. But I don't think it's an actual set piece specialist, if you like.
I tell you what player who drives me mad and winds me up was Richarlison. I can't stand that guy.
Oh yeah, he's very fiery. He's got a temper on him, and he had a go at Gabriel and all.
Yeah, but every time
it looked like he headbutted him at one stage.
But you know, look at Richarlison. He's got such an attitude, hasn't he?
Oh yeah,
there's just something about him, mate. I can't stand that Richarlison. You know, so we kind of got out of dodge with that one, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. I mean, it could have been, you know, on another day they could have equalised or even won that game. Or if it was last season, we probably would have drew that, or maybe even lost it because it's like, but it's mentality changed. Much better mentality.
And you know, after Raya made that mistake, he was solid for the last 20 minutes, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. He kept catching the balls out of the air, laying down on the ball, like you said, slowing the game right down.
Is he on about Richarlison?
Richarlison he's talking about now because he knows he's gone to a shit team.
I never wanted him in the first place. Yeah. I would have never have took Richarlison.
No, definitely not. But he's Gunnar Mateta saying that's why he's Tottenham because he's gone to a shit. He come from a shit team as well. He come from Everton, didn't he?
Yeah, but I would take Rafinha.
Rafinha, is he still at Barcelona? Is he?
Yeah, he's still at Barca, and he seems to be doing all right now. He's got
he's back. Nah, mate, you only get one chance with me. He was right signing from Leeds, and he said no, and he wanted to go to Barcelona. So now he can go swivel.
Shove it.
Yeah.
I tell you, so I think, like we're saying, it's good to see Partey back, but I do think he's not quite the player he was. He's still, he's still good, but I don't know. There's parts of me I don't feel as comfy. I don't feel as confident when he's on the ball because he seems to get caught a lot now.
Yeah, he does. But they're saying now that they reckon he's definitely going to be leaving because apparently Jorginho's been offered an extension.
Yeah. And what about the talk about Bruno Guimaraes?
Bruno Guimaraes, what the new car? Yeah, I'd have him. Guimaraes, Guimaraes, yeah. Bruno Guimaraes.
Because what Guimaraes has got is he's tough, isn't he? He's hard as nails.
Yeah.
He's aggressive, and that's something. Say hi to little Dave when he comes on. He's on about the guns. Hey, Andy, how you doing, mate?
Be on pretty soon. Stick around and you'll be able to say hi to him yourself. He's going to be coming on pretty soon. He said he was going to come on after this game by Munich, Real Madrid. So I shall see him backstage pretty soon, I'm sure.
I think Anthony's in Dubai, so he probably works for Arsenal.
Anthony works for Arsenal?
No, I think he's in Dubai.
Oh, he's in Dubai. Hi, Scott.
Yeah. Hey, Anthony. How you doing, mate? So no, I do like the idea of Bruno Guimaraes because I think that's somebody that could replace Partey. And I'm not just saying that because it's been the paper talk, I just think he hit the ball running straight away with Newcastle, didn't he? He's a gritty player. He's got a bit of experience now. And I heard the rumour that hasn't he got a release clause that is only valid for so many days or something?
Was it? I did hear, but I didn't think it was. I wasn't sure whether it was Bruno Guimaraes, but I heard there was a release clause that was valid from the beginning of May to the beginning of June or something for like 30 days.
Yeah, that's like that. Is it for 80 or 100 million, something like that, isn't it?
100 million, I think it is. Yeah, but then after that period, you can offer what you want for him. Oh, here's Dave. Hi, Anthony. Dave's here, flexing his muscles.
Oh, for God's sake!
There's not much there, guys. I'm in my 40s now, but I'm doing all right. You know what I mean?
I was 48 last week, mate. So I'm in my 40s. I'm in my late 40s. I'm coming up to my 50s.
Hey, Dave, man, you're still looking young. You're trim.
Dave, my piss is stronger than that.
You got what?
My wee's stronger than that.
I disagree. I actually disagree. Respectfully.
Here's one for you then. What is going on with Martinelli?
He's lost a bit of form as well, hasn't he?
Sell him.
I don't know. I don't think we should sell him anyway. But
I don't. But there's something not right with Martinelli. He's looking down again. He's just.
I think he's in love. I think he's in love with himself.
He's in love
with himself.
Yeah. I hear you're in love, Dave.
What's that?
I hear you're in love. I've seen you've been dating.
Yeah, I'm doing a 9, and I'm not talking about coke. I'm doing a 9.
A 9, yeah. I saw the show the other day when you was talking about it, and then you went, "I hope she ain't watching."
Yeah, but no. Well, people will be asking me though, so I'm honest. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So if we got offered,
it's a woman. So it's not like a she-male or a fella. So happy days. You know what I mean?
If we got offered 80 million for Martinelli, would you sell him?
Would I sell Martinelli if we got offered 80 million?
Because I would.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. Lee?
No.
You're being bloody sentimental though.
Nah.
Lee's a nice guy though. Lee's a gooner.
No,
yeah,
I like Martinelli.
I like him too.
I like him too. We got a lot of ship players. We should sell the ship players. and not him.
Anthony Herbert. Look at the left back situation. Martinelli got nowhere out there. He's like a lost soul on that left. Yeah, we need.
He is.
Yeah, with the left back is a problem, but maybe Julian Timber might be able to bring the best out in Martinelli. I remember when Saka was playing at left back about 3 or 4 years ago when he first come through. Saka, he was at left back and Martinelli was on the left. That was brilliant.
Yeah,
Tierney. He did well with Tierney as well, but of course Tierney's gone.
Yeah,
it's like like in the Tottenham game, Tommy got beat a couple of times, but I definitely prefer Tommy there than Zinchenko.
Oh, Zinchenko's not physical enough, man. He's a crap defender. He's not strong enough.
Who would you replace? So he's saying, who would you replace Martinelli with? Who would you?
Exactly, Scott. Put your money where your mouth is. You know what I mean?
You can't just say someone that's going to cost 200 million. You got
exactly, Scott.
You know what I mean?
Sell him.
Someone who costs around 80 million, then the same price.
But obviously Marcus Rashford. What the hell? Military biscuits.
Swiss military biscuits, lads, if you want them,
yeah. Swiss military biscuits. Oh my god.
Dave's on the rations.
That's meant to be good for you.
I've got a little bit of lemon drizzle cake left.
Oh, nice. I'd love some.
Oh, lemon drizzle. I love it.
Nice. You know what I like? I like cheesecake. I like lemon cheesecake, man. I love
lemon drizzle.
It's like I love cheesecake, though. I love cheesecake.
Lemon, like lemon curd.
No, it's a sponge.
Like your beard, Scott. A bit of curd.
It's a bit grey, isn't it?
Look at it. It doesn't matter what colour it is, man. It's a man's beard.
It's a man's beard.
Like
it's an unkempt one, mate.
Yeah, listen to this.
But you could be in a motorcycle gang. You know what I mean?
Lee looks a bit like Jason Statham. I bet he's got bigger guns than Dave.
Yeah,
Anthony
but
works in the condom factory.
Here's the
Anthony
thing.
works in the condom factory.
Lee used to be a boxer.
Yeah, years ago.
Respect the boxers.
I've done a little bit.
Respect the boxers, man. These dangerous fighters.
Is Zinchenko on the whole team? What? It's Zinchenko on the whole team.
Zinchenko's playing. Yeah, I have no interest in Zinchenko playing for us again.
Shite. Waste of time.
Scott,
useless.
don't forget
liability.
He said that as to be Timber or Tommy on the left, and anyone to play for anyone to play well.
Yeah, as in when we've got Zinchenko there, we've got nothing on the left, have we?
Nah, because he inverts and he can't track back quick enough to defend. That's bum fluff, Dave.
What? Scott's beard is bum fluff.
Oh, it's a real bloody beard. What are you on with?
It's a bit of bum fluff.
It's just bloody grey.
Mine's grey as well.
Man, you could be in a motorcycle gang, Scott.
Even there like that, both sides. Little black
Scott on a Harley Davidson.
Like
you know what I mean? Scott like that on a Harley Davidson, boy.
But yeah, though that is the problem. We've had a left back problem for a long time, haven't we? And it's been going on for many seasons.
We've got a striker problem, lads. We've got a striker problem.
Well,
we need a top class forward.
Do you still think we do?
Absolutely. Yeah. The game against Man City, too many missed chances. We could have won that game. That's what matters. Bayern, Man City, the big games.
There must have been a reason why we never bought a striker in January. There must be a plan.
Arteta thought we didn't need one. That was his thought on it.
Is that what he said?
He said we'll have an even spread of goals throughout the team.
He did say that, yeah.
Oh, he did. You're right, actually.
That's what he said, yeah. But we do need a top quality striker, yeah. And I've nothing but respect for Trossard, Martinelli, Saka. Everyone is doing their bit, yeah. Havertz even. People take the piss out of him. I've nothing but respect for him. We just need a player better quality in the forwards. It will make a big difference to the team. Like, look at the chances we create. We've got that fox in the box. We've got Ollie Watkins, someone of that level. He can do it. We need just in 5 games. You get 2 chances, he'll take 1. That's what we need. We don't have that. We need that, guys. We need that. Yeah, we need that focal point. That Giroud.
I'll tell you what I would do. I'll tell you what. I'll answer your question, Scott. Right? Listen to what Anthony's saying here. Ollie Watkins has got 20 goals already. Villa
Watkins.
70 million on him. You saying would you sell Martinelli for 80 million? I would sell Martinelli for 80 million if we could buy Ollie Watkins for 70.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
But I wouldn't send him to another Premier League club. He'd have to go abroad. He'd have to go, Brazil, back to Brazil or Spain or something.
And with the 10 million that we have left, we could get someone to kidnap Win the Dog.
Yeah. Now, with the 10 million we've got left, we may as well just give that to El Neni just for the sake of it.
Yeah, fucking send the lads over on a warm weather training to Dubai again.
No, I would be fine with that. I would take Watkins and get rid of Martinelli because I would be quite happy with Trossard on the left, and I'd also be happy with Jesus as a left wing, white wing bench backup. I don't really think Jesus is needed in the team anymore, and I think we do.
Yeah, sorry for interrupting you.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm after joining the stream late, but what did you think of the David Raya mistake? I mean, of all the times to do it.
Oh,
God, man. And then Declan Rice.
To the game.
We were just talking about that, and it absolutely changed that game. Because we even though we wasn't playing very well, we were still dominating. Obviously 3-0 up. And that it was careless, weren't it? It was a careless mistake, and it
was costly, man. It could have been costly. Yeah, it could have been costly.
Changed the game because then if we don't do that, they don't score that first goal, and then it's a different game. And then Declan Rice a bit careless and reckless as well, which is unusual for him.
What the hell?
Giving away the penalty. Well, he kicked the wrong ball. People were saying.
Yeah. Was it the left one or the right one he got, or was it both of them?
It looked like he put it right through the middle of both.
It looked painful from where I was watching anyway. It looked painful.
Yeah. Well,
I read
how painful that is. Scott, this is for you.
I could write one.
A love song about Dave and Ganosaurus.
I could write one for him.
Right,
I'm going to write one.
Ganosaurus. There's a girl who worked with me, and she's getting married in 2 weeks. And I told her yesterday, you picked a song, I'll sing it at your wedding. I'm like a jukebox. And I was saying it in German, so maybe it didn't come out quite right. She was just looking at me like, I will get on the mic and I will. Well, I'm not going to serenade her because it's her wedding day and her fella would kick my head in.
The Switzerland Bono.
I'm just going to sing a song, you know what I mean? You're such a good-looking woman at the wedding, you know what I mean? And make it a little bit erotic. Yeah, get into it, like start doing the old Elvis or whatever.
But Tom, we've got 250 million.
We spent 105 on Declan Rice. Why wouldn't we spend 70 on Ollie Watkins? I disagree with that one, mate.
He's worth it, though. Watkins is worth it.
I'd bite your hands off for it.
We also have to look at that. Watkins is 28.
Mm.
And so is an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, he is. Ivan Toney's 28.
A couple of years left in them, bro. Watkins looks after himself. He's fit and strong.
I read
Ivan Toney. I'd rather him than Alexander Isaacs.
You'd rather have Toney than Isak.
I'd rather have Ollie Watkins than both of them, Isaks and
yeah.
Watkins.
If I was looking at all three of them, right, I would rather have Isak and Watkins first.
He's done
for Toney. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's got his back in?
Me, just there.
I mean, I used to think that Ivan Toney would be worth it, but when they started getting silly, Brentford, and when he was on his ban and he came back in January, they wanted fortunes for him, didn't they? What's that?
Like the press.
He's got old school Gunner business cards. Look at the state of that.
Like the press. I'm working for the press, guys. I'm working for the media. I'm working for the media.
But I've got that on my hat. Look.
Yeah, it looks good, man. It looks good though, yeah. The red and the white. It actually looks good, yeah. It's a nice cap.
Is that F that Arsenal?
Arsenal. Football Dad's arm.
Yeah, no. I think Isak is quite a talent, and I know it's been said before. I've seen how he at some of them runs. It's very Henri-esque, isn't it?
He's a good player.
Right, we spend 250 million next season. Arteta will have spent £1 billion next season. He's been backed. If he don't win the league this season, Arteta should be gone. We can't. It's out of our hands. If Man City don't drop another point, Man City don't get at least a draw in one of their last 4 games, we can't win the league. It'd be impossible.
I fully agree that, you know, he has been back to the hill, and if we do finish second this season, I would like to
give him another season.
I won't give him another season, Lee. I'll give him half a season and see where we are. You know, because only for the thing that I'm looking realistic, that the Cronkies have backed all that money into him. They ain't going to just walk away from him just like that. That's the thing.
Of course. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
David Cameron on those cards, Dave.
So I'm just being realistic. I'm being realistic. I know I accept that we've given him a lot of money, but I just don't believe the Cronkies will ever do it because they have seriously backed their man.
Yeah, they're serious. Listen, right, being funny, right? But don't forget who we're talking about, right? Who we're up against, who we finished second to last season. More than likely going to finish second to this season as well. Second to the best club in the world. I mean, there's only one club can win it, right? I get. What could you do? What else could we? I know. No, the other thing you could do is win the league. But when you're up against a team like Man City, I don't see why it's so bad that we haven't actually. I know everyone wants to win it, but you can only have one winner. And for, you know, unfortunately, Man City has just got the best manager. I don't think any other manager with that money would have won the league over Pep. I don't think anyone would have won the league over Pep. To be fair,
you know, and is that Klopp's legacy?
We're this close. We're top of the league. All right, they've got a game. If they've got a game in hand, they win the league. If we all win our games, they win the league by 2 points. I think it's not bad.
I just hope we can hold on to the players.
Give him another year. Give him another crack, man.
So no, I'm not. I will give him till half. If we finish second,
fair point.
If we get second this year, I'm super pissed because we spent so much money, and it's the Villa game and the Fulham result that's probably derailed it all. But I will give him halfway till next season and see where we're sitting. But no, I am 100% that I will seriously be asking questions next season, because I think it's of the time when we've spent that much money to ask the questions. Yeah. And I'm just being realistic, you know. He has took us a long way. He's got us better. He hasn't quite got us there. And maybe is he that man before that man that we keep, you know, hearing? Is he the man before the man? And no, I am open to looking at options for a new manager, but they've got to be realistic options. And we've had this conversation many times with you, Dave. All these options that they come up, you know, they're not realistic. They go, Ancelotti, not happening.
Yeah.
You know, Simeone, not happening. Zidane, not happening. It's just like, just give us a logical manager, you know, where we can go. And if you ain't got one, you've got nothing to say, sadly. Yeah. You know, I'm not being, you know.
No, that is true, though. That's a fair point.
He's talking about they've got the 115 charges against them. Going to have Man City. Yeah, they have.
They'll have the.
Anthony, you're welcome on my show.
Yeah, definitely. There's me telling him he's welcome. It's your fucking show. Sorry, mate.
No, you're more than welcome. We'll have to sort it out. What can I say? Right,
if you're the quality we need. We need people of quality on here.
Yeah,
send me an email. I'll get you on next week if you want.
And obviously, you know, I get it.
I'll send Anthony an email as well, threatening him not to come on.
Have you got his email address, Dave?
No, I have his Instagram.
Oh, you have his Instagram. All right.
I don't have his email. No.
We'll sort something out.
Maybe I do. Let me check.
Shout out my email address, but then
let me check. Do I have his email address? 1 second, though.
What is he at? Is that coming up now?
All right, send me using David. Send me your email, and I'll email you.
1 second.
Because it's like, you know, as fans, you know, I get it. There's some absolute idiots in our fan base that are complete Arteta sexuals, and they are. But you know, I'm not that. I am completely open to changing it. But I'm not gonna just say it just to be on this bandwagon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Lee, we get what we're all saying, but his long-term decisions. Well, we've got
Who's long-term? What do you mean by long-term decisions?
Hang on. Subs.
1 second.
A non-striker, 4 injuries next game. We're fucked next to the title. Next to no title. Yeah, we get injuries. Yeah, we have got to look at the having a better bench in terms of some of the players on that bench ain't good. Wouldn't go into the first team. No, like a Man City, they could rotate double well.
You know, that is still the problem. You know, when we see our bench and we've got bloody Fabio Vieira, Nelson, you know, Jorginho's here for a short time. He was a copy, you know, he was a cut and paste stopgap kind of player. Zinchenko, you know, we've still got a few problems in there, you know, because he doesn't back Fabio, he doesn't back Smith Rowe, he doesn't back the Conga. So there is no point of having these players on our bench because they don't get played. Yeah, that is down to him. Yeah. So there is problems there that, you know, 4 years on F this. Yeah, I get you, Gunnar Matar, but we're in second place. When we finish second place, you know what I mean? I think we have to take some positives as well, mate. And I'm not being one of these toxic positive guys because I will call criticism out.
Yeah. No, he's made his mistakes during the season.
Without doubt.
He's made his mistakes, but listen, for the thing I would like to see is for him to go to another club and have success. Done all his training at our club, learned his trade with us, and then fuck off somewhere else and win the Champions League or something. You know what I mean?
You know, I think one of the things I often forget about Arteta is when you look at it, you know, he's worked with Poch, hasn't he, at PSG, didn't he? Am I getting that wrong?
Arteta at PSG.
Yeah, Arteta played at PSG.
But did he work in the management?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But what I mean is, you know, Arteta, he's had David Moyes as a coach. He's had Wenger. You know, he's had work with Pep. He has actually had, and I know he was a complete rookie, but he's had a good bit of pedigree there behind him to get him going, hasn't he? Oh, and he's made some complete dickhead mistakes in games, hasn't he, Arteta? Yeah. You know, and it's that hindsight. It's that hindsight thing, isn't it? We all sit here and go, "Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that?" Is it because? I know it's probably far-fetched, but is it because we sit at home and we look at the game from there? As in, it's like we go, you know, why isn't he spreading the ball that way? Is it because it's so easier for us to see it because we're at home? You know what I mean?
Hindsight is 2020.
We'll get you on when you take your mask off.
Yeah.
Lee, I sent you Anthony's email. Check your WhatsApp. I think he wants to come on for 20 minutes, bro.
Yeah.
He just wants to show his guns off.
1 minute. Let me see if
he's picked the right time because I'm ready.
Right, hang on. Let me just try and do this.
He's big, but I'm quick.
Let me see. I'll try it.
A knockout.
Hang on. I can't do this. Hang on.
Oh yeah.
What's going on here?
They're not bad for $18, mate, are they?
That's actually true. It's actually decent.
Decent. It's like the only problem is because they're Asian. Look at the tightness of that, mate.
Yeah. We could see you on the moon. That's the good thing is we could see. Oh yeah, Bossard.
But
the best thing is, Scott, we could see you on the moon. You know, if you were like missing, we'd see you like from 6 kilometers away.
1 second, Anthony. I'm just going to try and sort this out.
I just smashed my knee into the table.
I'm just going to go drain the weasel, yeah? I'll be back in 1 second, please.
Don't taking Gunnosaurus with you.
What did you send me?
It's gone for a pee.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I would take that Isak. But, you know, we get these talk of all these players that are going. Do you really think Isak's going to go? He's only been there 2 seasons.
The Champions League,
not.
You never know.
Yeah. Hey, what did you think about the voting about capping the wages?
Right, yeah, we're going to talk about that as well because you know what? That I was listening to Mark Goldbridge,
Yeah,
and he made a lot. He sort of explained it how it is. Well, I think I've managed to email you, Anthony.
Isn't it something to do with the TV revenue?
Eh? No,
about the TV.
It's about capping what clubs can spend, and it's how we describe what he said was that just say the bottom club, the Sheffield United,
yeah,
and their revenue is 100 million, for example, over the season. Yeah, what they earn. Say they earn 100 million, so you can 3.5 times that. So you can spend 3.5 times what the lowest club earns in revenue. You can spend 3.5 times that. So that's like 350. Is it 350 or 450 million, whatever it is? Yeah.
On transfers in one season.
That's your transfer. That's everything. That's your wages, agent fees, transfers, everything in one season throughout the card, throughout everybody in the league. Don't matter if you're at the top or the bottom, because you can spend 70% of. If you're in Europe, you can spend 70% of your revenue, and if you're not in Europe, you can spend 85% of the revenue.
So really, for the big clubs, it's not really going to change anything, is it?
No, it's going to. Of course, it is. It helps the smaller clubs more. We're talking about this spend cap. I was listening to Mark Goldbridge, and he was saying about. He explained it. Say like the bottom club, Sheffield United, they own their revenues, say 100 million a season. So every club can spend 3.5 times, or was it 3.5 or 4.5 times that amount that the bottom club earns. So that's like 350 or 450 million. But the clubs at the top, got to spend the same. We've only got the same cap, the same spend cap as the clubs at the bottom.
Bloody hell!
But this is going to apparently come in. They said it's 70% of revenue. 70% of the revenue of the least. The club that earns the least revenue, the 70% of what they earn, 3.5 times the 70%. I can't remember. It's too confusing. It works out that every club gets
complicated. It's complicated, man.
So basically, it's not going to change anything for God's sake, look at this.
I love Ireland.
You're homesick there, my little petal.
I wonder if you got that link. Did you get the link, Anthony?
It's not going to change anything for the big clubs, though, is it? What we're saying?
Remember, guys, yeah,
it is. Guys. Of course, it is, because the big clubs earn more, and they're not allowed to spend more than what the
little clubs.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. Now I get you.
They're not allowed to spend more.
Oh, did you see the teams that? I've just got a call, mate. I'll just take it.
Go on, take it, mate. I don't know if I've got
demonetized.
What's happened here? Did I send it? I don't know if I sent it now.
Let me text him.
I
just have his Instagram, yeah, but let me. Is he not in the chat anymore? No. Let me ask him. Did he receive the email? You sent the email, huh?
Yeah, I think I did.
Let me ask him. Did he receive it? Let's see. But anyway, man, a great win against Spurs. I mean, we can be happy with that.
Great result.
Yeah.
You know, if it had been 3-0, I would have been much happier. I wasn't. The Raya mistake really spoiled the day. It made it a hard watch as well.
The last 20 minutes was the most stressful all season. The most stressful. I was freaked. And it was out of control. We weren't in control at that moment. We were just, it was a bit, oh man, my God. Raya actually did well in the game. I have to give him that. And some of his crosses, the crosses at the end, they were pumping the ball in. His catches, safe hands on the ground, composure. In fairness, he did help us out there. Like at the end of the second half, he took 5 or 6 difficult crosses and he took it well, and he was composed when he got the ball into his hands. He wasn't like a headless chicken. He looked around, no one around him, played it easy. You know what I mean? He was composed.
Yeah. Here we go.
Anthony's here.
How you doing, Anthony?
Hello, Anthony. How are you?
Yourself? Right, Dave?
I missed you, Anthony. I missed you.
I know you have. I know. I can tell by the sound of your voice. I was going to say pick up to Scott, but he's gone.
He'll be back in a minute.
He had to go to the toilet.
Yeah, all right.
He was under a lot of pressure. His face was redder than mine. I mean, it was getting bad.
Was it?
Yeah. Fuck it, Anthony. You're fucking pumped, bro.
Yeah. Well, that's working on the building sites, isn't it? That's working on building sites. So
physical work. Physical work.
Yeah, it's good. All good. Anyway, lads, what are we talking about?
We were just talking about the David Raya mistake, but I don't know. We can talk about anything you want to talk about in general. Like, I mean, chances for the title. Are you happy with Arteta?
Don't get me started with that.
Signing the new season. I mean,
yeah. I mean, don't get me started on the Raya
first of all.
What?
Are you happy with Mikel? Are you happy with Arteta?
Well, what he's done so far, you can't. Well, you've got to give the guy credit for, first of all, right? You have all these wins that we've had. Right? I know that we had a blip against Aston Villa, but the blip, what we done was his mistake, because he changed the team around. He changed it. If you've got a winning, if you've got a winning structure mentality, if it's not broken, you don't fix it. It's as simple as that. But he did. He twitched with the side, and in all fairness, we deserved to lose that game the way how we played.
Are you talking about the Villa game?
I'm talking about the Villa game. Yeah, we deserve. We deserve
back into midfield to make room for Jesus up front.
Yeah.
I didn't like that either.
Nah, I just feel like whether you're playing Martinelli or Trossard out on the left, Saka on the right, Havertz for me should have been up front. He should have been up top, Havertz, because he's that sort of player that can cause a havoc in the 18-yard box, which splits up the defence. And we've exploited those gaps. Hence, this is why we was winning all these games, 5-6-0 and 3-1s and all that. So, I don't know why the hell he changed it, but I just hope with this Villa game, I hope that hasn't spoiled our chances of winning the Premier League. I really think.
Oh, well, it has, bro. It has.
Possibly it could do.
It has.
We won that game with it in our own hands. It's true.
Yeah.
That's facts. As Gunnar Matata's saying, that's facts. Anthony, here's a question for you.
What's that? Where do you go and get them Valentine's cards?
Where did you get them Valentine's cards? I don't know what he means.
Valentine's cards.
Oh, is he on about the show? I do a show with Tony with Early Doors TV, and it was on Valentine's Day. And the cards, my missus sent me a card, which was a bit rude, and also I read a verse in her card, which was a bit rude as well. So but I didn't know it was. I mean, the verse what he wrote on a card was unbelievable. It was like, what was it? Roses are red, violets are blue. Your farts fucking stink, but I still love you. So that was what she got on that card.
Blinded.
So I've got to put my glasses. I've got to put my glasses on so that they hide my bags.
This is for you, Anthony. I love you, bro.
Oh, cheers. Cap goes backwards. You know that.
Them cards are fun.
Backwards like yours.
Yeah, they were funny.
This looks like a Take That reunion. He's 17.
I have a dinosaur here.
I'm probably 17 now. Bosh.
Yeah, you're near Walthamstow, aren't you?
Let me just read in.
Yeah.
Hey, Anthony, would you sell Martinelli?
Do you know what? If you think about this, just think about this. On that left-hand side, right? Technically, there's 3 players we can play out on that left-hand side. That's Trossard, Martinelli, and also Jesus. Now, Jesus actually literally said he's not a striker. We know that because the amount of goals that he scores, which is average about 12 goals a season. So, be honest with you, we could actually get rid of one of those. Personally, I wouldn't sell Trossard. I would keep him because he's our best player at the minute. Because if you look at the stats, stats is everything. I mean, in the last not the Tottenham game, but the 2 games before that, he started those 2 games and scored 2 goals. And Arsenal fans are saying he's a better player when he comes off the bench. No, if he's a good player with those stats, you start him. So, in all fairness, if anything, I would sell Martinelli. It was like what I said in the comments. I'll sell Martinelli for even if you get 80, 85 million for him, and I would bring in Ollie Watkins.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that. That's the only reason why I'd sell him. I like Martinelli. I wouldn't sell him for any other reason. Is if you were going to spend the money on an Ollie Watkins, for example.
The thing is, we seem to only get Martinelli in spurts, don't we?
Yeah.
You know, like we get a good month or so, and then he gets like a little knock on his ankle, he goes out, and then he doesn't seem to be able to get back in the team again. And he came on against Tottenham. He did absolutely nothing. He was absolute pants, wasn't he?
Yeah. It's because you look at the left back situation, Scott. I put it in the comments. When you got Zinchenko, right, playing left back, he plays that inverted system. I'll be honest with you. I don't even know why we're playing that inverted system. It's absolutely crap. It doesn't work. He's left out in the midfield, and then what happens? That brings Gabriel and Saliba both tracking over to the left side, and then you've got someone like a Declan Rice, coming back and defending. So do you know what I mean? So in all fairness, that's 3 of our players out of position already. 3.
So it defeats the object of it, really, doesn't it?
It does, it does. But do you know, when we played Kivior left back, don't get me wrong, he was like a solid unit there at left back, but he didn't.
Because we had White inverting then, didn't we?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because we weren't doing the inverted then when Kivior was left back. But also, he didn't have the pace. It's like on the right. If you notice on the right, we've got Ben White and we got Saka. Right, Ben White can go forward. Ben White can get back. Unfortunately, we haven't got that on the left. And this is why Martinelli out there on the left is doing so poor, because he's like a lost soul out there.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you something now. Have you noticed with the games we're playing, all our balls are going down the right-hand side with Saka? Now, that's so easy for the opposition to read that.
Yeah.
Bayern destroyed us. Bayern.
Exactly.
Bayern.
Yeah,
so
but even Tuchel said
and
even Tuchel said in his interview, he goes, "Well, all Arsenal's attacks come down the right anyway." He said it.
Yeah. He read it, and we are so predictable. But what I'm trying to say is, with Arteta, to jazz it up a little bit, would you, throughout the game, tell both Saka and Martinelli to switch sides?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Throughout the game. So
I don't know why we don't do that.
Anthony, I said that I've done a video about that on my channel. I said if they swap sides and instead of being like an inside forward when they cut in on their strong foot, they can go out and go to the byline and whip them in.
Exactly.
For Kai Havertz, 6'4", whatever he is, whip him in. Cross better.
Yeah.
Why not try something like that? Yeah, I've done a video on that. To be fair,
I do agree with that. Yeah, without a doubt. And it's like the other day I did see it in the Tottenham game, but they did it for like 2 minutes. Trossard went into the 9 and Havertz come out to the left. But they did it for about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, yeah. So they did do it in that game briefly, but it's almost like when we do switch the sides of Martinelli, it's almost like by accident because Saka's drifted along this way, and they do it for a couple of minutes and they go back, don't they?
Yeah.
But
with Kai Havertz, I think there's a certain player in there that we haven't seen. I don't think we've seen Kai Havertz to his maximum potential. Okay, he did shit at Chelsea. We knew that.
Can we agree we were all wrong?
Because I said at the start of the season, I think there is a player in there, but it's just a amount of time, and the amount of games that obviously the play so we can, do it. In all fairness, I want his great level, and I was slating him as well in between. But
Same.
I've got to be honest with you. I mean, that's 34 games played this season, 12 goals and 6 assists.
Brilliant.
For Kai Havertz. Yeah. So, in other words, we got Bournemouth this weekend, right? We got Bournemouth, followed by Man United, and then
Everton.
Last game, Everton. Right? So he's 3 goals. He's 3 goals short of 15 goals this season. Right? I think he can get 15 goals this season. Personally, I think he can do it.
What was his best at Chelsea? 9.
Yes, it was. Yeah, Because you look at his Chelsea record, I think it was 39. It was 39 goals in 130 some odd games. It's something around that ratio. But, but you look at that. I mean, he's third of the way there already in one season for Arsenal. So obviously, I think he's playing the best
first
football.
10 games, Anthony, he wasn't really, he wasn't productive.
Timo Werner as well. He weren't no good at Chelsea. I think Frank Lampard bought a pair of them at the same time.
He did.
Kai Havertz and Timo Werner, and neither of them cut the mustard.
No. And even Tottenham fans now are like they're slating Werner now. They rather be him be on the bench.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Honestly,
isn't he?
Yeah.
In Kai's first season, he got 4 goals. Second season he got 8, and his third season he got 7.
There you go. And you add all that up together. Add that. So what's that? 4?
Oh well. 23. No, sorry.
23.
19 goals.
19 goals. So you think of that, he's already on 12 league goals. Don't forget his goals in the Champions League. So technically, he's already on 13 goals this season. There's 12 goals in the league, 1 goal in the Champions League.
Yeah, and he also had 2 goals in the League Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were saying that he had 15.
So that's 15. Yeah, that's 15.
Good returns. I mean, he scored some important ones. He made us eat a bit of humble pie.
12,
we had
13,
to eat a bit of
14.
humble pie.
Yeah, he scored 15.
He's eating a bit of humble pie at the moment.
I put a poll.
15 goals in all competitions.
Yeah.
Good return.
I'm going to check it now. I put a poll in my on my channel.
But it's like you watch him in a game now. I can see what he does.
Oh, no, there's only one vote on it. Ain't worth.
Oh, for God's sake! There's his pillow. That's his pillow photo.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, he takes that to bed, puts it on his pillow with him and Gunnosaurus. Bloody hell!
Sorry about the stains, lads. I cleaned it.
I want you to see you do the sniff test.
I do. I actually never say his name though. I never say his name. I say, "Oh, technical director." Oh, technical director. It just turns me on more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just when I say technical director. I don't know. It's just experience.
I'm proper impressed with Kai Havertz now, and when I see him on the pitch, I see all them balls he wins for us. And he's actually got, it's weird. He's got like some silky skills, but it looks unnatural, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like he does things that you don't. It's almost like Peter Crouch, as in, he's got gangly legs and he gets the ball where you don't think he does. But what a pass that was! A pass that was to Saka.
But do you remember, like about a month ago, Germany played an international? Was it against Spain? I think.
Germany
played an international.
left back, and Kai Havertz scored. He scored.
Yeah,
and in that game, I saw him play, and I was like, he's different. His confidence came back. It was like I said, we got ourselves a player. He's coming back. He's coming back. He played brilliant. I was like, what the hell?
Oh, I remember.
Or against France. It was against France.
Yeah.
Against France.
But it's like, you can see now, though, that the guy's happy, isn't he, where he is? You can see he's happy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's like, I used to watch him playing it.
And he's a scumbag. We need a scumbag in the team. He is a bit of a scumbag. And
did you see when he pushed? Did you see when he pushed Maddison?
Yeah, he gives it. He's full of that. He doesn't back down.
He did that in a couple of the Champions League. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a bit of grit about him, hasn't he?
Ben White as well. Ben White is a cheeky fucker when he wants to be, man. I like it.
Oh,
like
yeah.
it.
Oh, did you see that? What he did to the goalkeeper? You know,
brilliant.
Glove on. He's trying to zip the Velcro off his glove, wasn't he? And that was where we scored our goal. And the corner come in, the keeper went like that to put the Velcro back on, and by then, the own goal, he went straight in the net, and the keeper was like,
"That's good."
So he glove.
Yeah, and if you look at it, he does
that
in
front of him the whole time. He was standing in front of him.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And then he did it in the last. Yeah, I was just saying earlier, Anthony. I've been listening to a few of these Tottenham live shows and things and that, and they're absolutely going nuts about Ben White, saying it's disgraceful. It's like, that's part of the game, mate, isn't it? Distracting goalkeepers. It's always been a bit shithousery, hasn't it? Like that, they're just jealous because they've not learned the dark arts yet, have they?
They are. They're jealous.
Anthony, have you got a channel?
No, I haven't got a channel. I used to do a channel called Football United TV, where I used to host a show called Gunners from All Corners. Yeah. So obviously I used to bring on Arsenal fans there. I normally bring in like a neutral fan as well, because it's nice to hear from a kind of different person's perspective of what they think of Arsenal as well. What I mean. So, and obviously I give them a little insight to their team as well. You know, whatever team they support. So, and that was that. And I used to host the Premier League weekend show on the same channel. And we used to do all things Premier League, and we used to do a prediction score at the end of it. But
no self-promoting, Dave.
No,
Luca. Call me Luca.
Dave self-promoting.
You ain't got that channel anymore.
Let me put the link in the chat.
The guy haven't messaged me. He's touring the world at the minute. He's gone on a break, so I haven't done a show for 3 months. To be honest with you.
Wow.
That's a pity.
But yeah.
But you do your show with Tony.
Yeah.
If you want to
share your show with Tony every week, don't you?
What, Scott?
Anthony, you do your show with Tony every week, don't you?
He does, yeah.
Yeah, I do my show with Tony every week, yeah.
Oh, you're on Early Doors Football TV?
Early Doors, yeah, Tony, yeah. So we do the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I'm in the good section.
Yeah.
Tony's in the bad. I feel sorry for Hot Fuzz. He's been in that ugly section for long enough now.
He's got an ASMR channel as well.
But he's a Man United fan. What can I say?
Second channel. Hot Fuzz.
Yeah.
You could have
So go and have a look at
ASMR.
He's on Early Doors Football TV with Tony and
Hot Fuzz.
Yeah, so go check that channel. I've seen a couple of shows. I don't think I've seen.
Excellent, man. Excellent content.
I watched the good, the bad, and I might have watched another show with Tony hosting it.
Yeah,
very entertaining.
The Sunday night takeaway we do as well.
Oh, the Sunday night takeaway.
Yeah.
Is that with Jez as well?
Yeah, Jez is on there. Yeah, he comes on there. That long-haired, the long-haired Jetty, he comes on.
The Forest fan.
The Forest fan, yeah, he's funny.
I tell you what, he's a good laugh, isn't he?
He is a good laugh.
He's great. He's got a great sense of humour.
Yeah, I've seen Jez. Was it Arsenal History and More, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah, I'm on there as well. I go on Jez's show as well every now and then.
Oh, okay, that's good to hear.
Yeah,
I like Jez. Yeah, I've seen a few of his shows. Yeah, he's friends with Lee Banner and that, isn't he? But but
Arsenal have got so many fan channels.
And we've got Dave, the OSG, the old school gunner, Go and check his channel out, people. If you ain't seen his channels yet, go and have a look at him. They're really good. Scott ain't got a channel. He guests on mine.
I ain't got the brain power to do that. I wouldn't be able to do it, mate. I wouldn't have the confidence to do it on my own because I'm a bit stuttery, and I think you
are good at eating Pringles. I've seen you in action.
Yeah, but I stutter too much to be able to do a show on my own. I think I'd be like, "Hello, welcome to."
The guitar, Scott. You played guitar the last time, remember?
Yeah. Well, we need to do one of them again, don't we? For a bit of
fun. Friday the 10th of May.
You had good views on that Pringle. What it was, Dave was.
He got a packet of Quavers. Anthony brought Quavers, and we all had
Pringles. No. What it was, I said to Dave, Dave, you should do a Friday show. And for a laugh, right? And this, I don't mean anything nasty, but it's for a laugh. Exactly. I said, call it the Friday Night Pringle Show. Well, what happened? He called it the Friday Night Pringle Show. People was coming on, and he got good views. And it was sort of like my ideal. And I thought, right, okay, I'm gonna come on, but I didn't have Pringles, so I went on with a packet of fucking cheesy Wotsits.
Yeah, it's not going to be allowed the next time. That one.
Yeah, and I got three. I got three.
You know what I mean?
I got 3 tubes of Pringles for it, and I showed Dave them the day before. And then when it come to the show, the bloody kids had ate all my Pringles, and I didn't even have any.
Open the tube and it was empty, is it? Like
Put it back in the cupboard. You think they're in there?
But that McManus, he's a character, isn't he, McManus? I like McManus.
He's a good laugh, yeah. Peter's a good laugh.
Yeah. So what do you reckon for the next 3 games then? Do we reckon 3 victories?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I think so.
I think 3-1 against
United is going to be tough, just because they always make it difficult.
Yeah, I think 3-1 against Bournemouth.
Make it difficult.
2-1 against Man United. We'll beat Man United 2-1. And obviously Everton, the last game of the season. Do you know what?
Tricky.
I'm gonna go guns big in this game. Last game of the season, Everton. I'm gonna go by. Will I do 4?
4-0. Yeah.
4-0. Everton.
Is that what you're going to bet? Is it, Anthony? Is that what you're going to bet?
You're going to bet? I make a good bet on that one. Yeah.
Anthony's
we always seem to get out with a bang, don't we? The last game of the season.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to concede another goal this year. I think I'm going 3-0, 3-0, 3-0.
That's all right.
Yeah, that's all right.
It means shit all though, doesn't it? When City are going to win all their games.
Yeah.
But will they beat Spurs?
Actually,
City's got Tottenham. That'll be a tough game.
Yeah.
City's got Tottenham. I think is on the Wednesday, the 14th of May. So obviously, if anything, Tottenham could do us a favour there if they want to. But then again, they should because they're fighting it out to get in the top 4 between them.
They're fighting with Villa. With Villa.
So do you know what I mean?
Anthony, I've seen. Me and Scott was talking about this earlier.
Yeah.
I've seen Tottenham fans actually say that they would rather roll over and not get top 4, let City beat them to stop us winning the league.
That's nuts.
Sacrifice top 4.
Yeah.
Basically, I've seen that said with them, like said on Talk Sport. This guy rang in and said, "Just play all the under 21s and roll over them." And I'm thinking that's what's wrong with your club. He won't do that. No, but it's like that's what's wrong with your club, mate. If the fan base is so obsessed with stopping us over getting their own top 4, that's nuts, mate.
Yeah. Did you hear my story, guys? Did you hear my story about Spurs? About what happened in work? Did I tell you?
No.
Did I ever say that? No, what happened?
No.
So just before I left London in February, a big businessman, let me tell lads, a businessman came into the hotel, right? And he was there, like they were going on a night out, like a work party, a work event. So he came in and he was with 2 of the lads, and he loved himself. He thought he was the business. The guy was like a buffalo, guys. He's a rugby player. The guy's a giant. So he came in, right? Massive physical guy, rugby player, boss of a company, down in London for some event. They're going out on the lash. He was pointing. So he came up to the bar and I was there and he was talking about Spurs. And honestly, I just went into autopilot. I don't know what was going on. I was at work. I could have been sacked. I turned around and I goes, who's the Spurs fan? Now, he was there with 2 other guys, and they were licking his ass because he's the boss. I was like, who's the Spurs fan? He said, me. I said, I'm a gooner myself. He said, yeah, I partly guessed that. So he already started it, yeah. Then he said to me, you know what he said after that? I'd say you weren't saying that last May. As if to say last May, when we bottled it, yeah, that everybody wasn't admitting to be a gooner. We were all saying that we weren't Arsenal fans. That's what he meant, yeah. So I turned around straight away, right? And I said, you've got a nice new stadium out there, by. And he was just looking. I did it in a real cheeky Irish accent, yeah. I said, yeah. I said, you've got a nice new stadium out there. All you need now is some trophies to go in it.
Yeah.
And he was just like this. The guy was like Anthony, bro. He was a massive guy. And he could have ripped my head off. And he had 2 boys with him. He just stormed off, yeah, with the pint in his hand.
They've not even named their stadium, have they?
And then the other fella was there at the bar, yeah? And he was finishing the drinks order. And I turned around to him, and you know what I had the cheek to say? I don't think he's talking to me now.
I asked this question.
I walked out from behind the bar, yeah? And I was doing something. And I looked over, and I looked at the size of the guy. I goes, Jesus. And then I turned around, and I was after calming down at that point, yeah? I was back to myself. And I turned around, and I thought, did I really just say that to him? I was in work, guys. I could have got the fucking 1 word from him, and I was, you know what I mean?
Hey,
giving it to him, man. Oh man,
Anthony, what's Tony feeling at the minute about West Ham?
Do you know what? He's happy with them. But trouble is though, there's a lot of West Ham fans that wants Moisey out. A lot of them want Moisey out. So in all fairness, I think he's at the end of his contract this season. So if he does leave, I think personally, like listen to this, I think there's 2 managers that's right for West Ham. One of them, I'm going to say Graham Potter, and the other one is when Burnley goes down. I reckon it'd be Vincent Kompany because his tutor was Pep. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the 2 managers that I'm going to go for if Moyes gets the sack from West Ham.
Yeah, but if it's not done Burnley any favours, though, is it?
I'd probably say Company would probably install some more exciting football at West Ham, and I think with Potter we might probably get a bit more of the same, wouldn't they?
You know what? I don't understand. Apart from Chinese writing, how is Ten Hag not being forced out? Like with United, like they are going through a really bad period, man.
Because nobody wants the job.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think anyone wants the United job. But did you see what Ratcliffe said yesterday? He said everyone's up for sale.
Yeah. But guess what? Do you know who I reckon would be the next manager of Man United?
Ollie.
No.
Back.
No. It'd be his last campaign, and it'd be Gareth Southgate. And Man United fans do not want him in, right? But I reckon he is. They say, do you remember Jason Wilcox that used to play for Blackburn?
Yeah, he won the league. Yeah,
he's gone to Man United as a coach. Wilcox. Now, who is Jason Wilcox good friends with? Gareth Southgate. Exactly.
Please. Listen, Anthony.
So basically, they're planting seeds up there already.
Anthony,
this was being stated a while ago. Southgate. With loads of people done content on it, and I was going, please.
Yeah, I was as well. We went fuzzy up on that channel on the good, the bad, the ugly with Gareth Southgate, and he's like, and I don't get as well with Man United fans. Most of them they hate Scott McTominay, but he's their second best player. Their second.
He's failed so many times.
Yeah.
He's got some clutch goals for them, hasn't
he? Maybe he's not good looking enough for
big guy, physical, strong.
Yeah, true.
So you need all teams need a shithead, don't they?
Yeah.
You know, somebody that's a bit rough and that's going to get stuck in.
We've got Zinchenko.
Yeah. No, mate, he just cries, doesn't he?
But politician, we've got the politician.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think the thing is that Southgate goes to United, that means Harry Maguire is going to be captain again, and he's going to give Johnny Evans a new contract too. Yeah, do it.
I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. My brother's a Man United fan. I'm taking the piss out of him at the minute.
Yeah.
But Southgate was a player, yeah. Then he played for Villa as well.
He played for Villa. He played for Crystal Palace, Villa, and Middlesbrough.
He was Middlesbrough manager, weren't he?
He was.
He got him relegated. He got Middlesbrough relegated.
That's right. He finished 12th, 13th, then relegated.
Yeah.
And then that's. But I tell you something now.
When Southgate leaves, Germans.
Yeah, but when Southgate leaves and goes to Man United, guess who I reckon the New England manager is going to be?
Howie.
Wait! Don't tell us. Let us think.
Mourinho.
Okay, there you go, Mourinho.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, I reckon Jose Mourinho is going to be the next manager of England.
What about
He's a knockout phase kind of manager, isn't he?
Yeah.
Same as
Tuchel. I think it's a perfect job for him, and with that young talent, all that talent we've got now,
they need a miracle.
Yeah.
I think Monroe's a good call.
They have the players. England have the players, guys. They have the players.
But I do think they're going to go for that Englishman like Howie.
Yeah. See, and you heard it here first on the show.
Yeah. But with Howie, he's been part of the England setup already, hasn't he?
Yeah, but I think he's got obviously with him being the manager of Newcastle, I think he's still got a lot to prove at Newcastle as well, because you think of it, they've been hit by injuries and all this and that. And Newcastle, even though they've been hit with these injuries, they still can pull results out the bag. Look when they beat Tottenham 4-0.
Remember that game when they trashed PSG? You remember that?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Mbappe wasn't talking to anyone, he just walked off the field.
Yeah.
That was
4-1, wasn't it? 4-1.
Yeah.
That was, I tell you what, one of the most beautiful moments of last season was when Newcastle smashed Tottenham 5-1.
Oh.
That was brilliant, wasn't it? Cleared them out, cleared the fans out in 20 minutes.
The football was incredible. Yeah. The goals were incredible. It wasn't just, own goals. They played brilliant.
There's maybe bins.
Yeah, we're the football daddies. Take that, reunion. He's 17 in the house.
He's the football daddies. The EL Pappies.
Take that concert.
Old farts. We're old farts.
El Pappies.
El Pappies.
El Pappies, senor.
Think I may have subbed as Moss Sports World. Oh, okay. Thank you.
I haven't seen Sasky Gunner's channel.
I haven't seen the channel yet, nah.
I'm on a WhatsApp group with them. It's very active, yeah. Like they're very active on the group. There's every time I look at it, there's 100 messages.
I'm just typing it in. The Sasky what?
You see him on I think is it Miss Melina's show he goes on?
Yeah, that's right. They're both living in Canada, you see. They're both living in Canada.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
They're both Canadian now.
Yeah.
It's Moss Sports World.
That's why I can't find it under
But Melina's living close to Toronto, whereas he's living in the Midlands. Saskatchewan.
Sports.
I'll check you out, Sasky Guna. I'll check you out. It's Moss Sports World.
He used to play sport in his younger days as well, I think, at a good level. Easier,
I typed in mods.
He's a cool guy.
Moss.
He was in London for the Porto game, He came for the Porto game.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I used to play, in all fairness, with football, I used to play semi-pro. And, we used to get, do you know what? It was really cheap because it was like every game you played, or even if you were sub and all that, you got 60 quid a game. That was it. That was all you got was 60 quid a game. And on my position, I was right wing. And I was always scoring anywhere between 15 to 18 goals a season on the right wing. Yeah. So, I mean, there was a bit of a conflict between me and there wasn't between me and the striker, but a rumor went round and said, "Look, who do you think's better? Do you reckon Anthony is better, or do you reckon a guy called Shane? He was up front. And he went, who do you reckon is better, Anthony or Shane?" And most people were saying me than him, like sort of thing. But it got into a bit of a ruckus.
Played on the wing. You were like a winger, attacking winger.
Yeah.
It's a good place to play.
Number
attacking position. You can cut in.
16. Yeah, lived Scotland and played 2000 and 2001. Wow. Okay.
Is that your? Yeah, I'll give you a sub, mate. Is that your name, your last name, your crest for your name? I'm on about his sign.
Ah, here. His thumbnail.
Yeah, his thumbnail.
Little profile pic.
Yeah.
Well, so I was a centre back and still scored.
Yeah.
I used to play striker until I snapped my Achilles, and that was kind of game over for me. Then I tried to play about 5 years later when I was getting a bit older, and I could never do it again because if I used to get a tap on the back of my ankle, it would send a shockwave all the way up to the top of my ear from my Achilles. So that was the end of my footballing days.
Yeah. I had the same injury. I had in my left knee from your kneecap down to your ankle. I snapped every single ligament in my knee. And obviously with ligaments, when they're like that, that's fully healed. But when they snap, when they grew back like that. They never heal. And then towards the end, it made a difference on my game. I knew that my it wasn't the passing, it was the pace. My pace slacked.
It completely ended my playing days as well, mate.
Yeah.
I was shit.
Then you had the accident with the zipper, Anthony, zipping up your pants.
I remember
it was a bad accident.
I remember when I was playing and I snapped my Achilles. I kept on running about another 3 minutes, scored a goal, and then collapsed. But I was so fucking happy that I'd scored.
You just like lay down.
So the Saskatoon, 2 broken legs, metal in there, and 3 back surgeries, and torn Achilles, and the left one ruptured Achilles. Wow, what's that injury?
Ruptured Achilles, that's painful.
And the thing is, when you play amateur football, you can't get the aftercare that you need, and Achilles can pretty much be career-ending injuries, can't they? No. But to this day, I still get problems if I get tapped on the back of it. It's horrible feeling.
I mean, the worst one I experienced was but I was playing and it was a freezing cold day, absolutely freezing, and I got tackled. And when I got tackled, I thought, this is strange. I thought I could be injured here, but I didn't feel it because of the cold. Anyway, carried on playing the game. I think we won in the end. I think it was 3-2. Anyway, we go back in, have a shower, have a nice hot shower. Suddenly, my ankle, it swells up, right? And so I've literally gone, and I fell over in the shower. Do you know what my teammates done? They all ran in the shower and took a piss on me. I thought, you bastards.
That's mates for you, isn't it?
Yeah. Thanks,
Anthony, you want to get them back?
Sorry, guys, I'm just going to go off camera a minute. I just need to go to the toilet.
Yeah, mate. But I remember when I
get revenge on them, Anthony. We can help you.
No, it's all done out of fun, Dave, because I used to tackle.
We all work in a condom factory. We can put holes in their condoms.
Yeah, and get those ladies like the stuff. But I used to put great. Do you know the spray DP?
Right? Yeah, I used to use shitloads.
I used to take their underwear out and I used to spray their underwear with DP and shove it back in their bags. Like that's what I used to do. And they'd go, what's going on here?
Well, I you know something. Because I was probably always hungover or something, I used to just always put deep heat on before a game because I couldn't be asked warming up.
Yeah.
But I remember when I snapped my Achilles, it was hanging on by like 2 millimeters, like real hanging on. And inside my ankle, I got this thing called a bursa in it, which is like that big, and it's a fluid bubble in your ankle as well.
Yeah,
that's right.
But, one of the worst injuries I'd felt, Achilles.
It just sounds so painful.
Oh, mate, it is so painful. It's like, you know when you're playing football and you feel your hamstrings pop, don't you? You know, when they go, you feel that air pop. Well, that's nothing to your Achilles going. It's like the weirdest pain ever.
Fuck, man. Anything with the knee, the ankle, fuck.
Yeah.
Man.
It's horrible.
Bad.
It's horrible. I mean, my brother did exactly the same as what Declan Rice did in that Tottenham player. He went to, as the ball came down, went to kick the ball, but his foot went between the player's legs, didn't it? It's like he kicks him up the ass. He's like, I was just waiting for his testicles to pop out of his mouth or something. Like, but he was like, I'll
tell you what happened with my younger brother. He was a centre back, and he was a pretty, like gritty kind of player. He was going up for a corner, and his own goalkeeper jumped up and landed on his nutsack with his studs, right? And he got like a fluid problem in his nutsack, and his nuts swelled up to that, mate. Like all with fluid in it, and it was like he was walking around like he had John Wayne's saddlebags. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that was an horrendous injury, and he had to have this. He had to have this tap put into his nuts, mate, to drain the fluid. That was all from his own goal. He landed on his nuts.
Sounds like water, like fluid in the knee.
Yeah. And honestly, mate, and he was walking around for ages, and he had this massive bulge in the front of his pants. He looked like he had a cod piece on, like Cameo in that video.
Banned off YouTube anyway, I think.
But you remember that day, the Word Up video with the Cameo cod piece? That's what my bro looked like.
I didn't say nothing.
It's a football injury I'm talking about, though.
The worst injury I seen was it was a game that I went play. Was I playing in it or not? Well, anyway, to cut a long story short, do you remember the old goal nets? And you got the goal post, you got the hooks that used to come out of the post. You used to hook the nets on. Well, the goalkeeper, our goalkeeper saved it, but his hand went actually underneath the bar. Well, the hook went through his goalkeeping glove up into his wedding ring, right? And as he fell back down, guess what? His finger was missing. It was stuck upon the goalpost like that, and it was that, obviously, that finger, and it was there, and we were like, bloody hell, your finger's still lodged up there. So obviously,
jewelry, bro. That's why they don't wear jewelry. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and we had to put.
What do you reckon was? What's one of the worst football injuries do you see? Like, we've got Eduardo's leg, haven't we?
David Boost. Yeah. I thought the David Boost one was bad. You remember that, Anthony? That was a long time ago.
I remember a game.
United.
I remember a game years and years ago, and Peter Shilton was in goal. I think it was for Southampton, and I think the player was Mark Wright or Mark Bright, and he comes sliding into Shilton. And do you remember his leg just went like that on his knee? I don't know if you remember that one, but his leg went like that.
Yeah.
That was years and years ago.
His leg was bad, I think, as well. He stretched for the ball. He couldn't get it, and Schmeichel came out to gather it, and then Schmeichel just went like this.
Anthony had to bring out those Thunder Arms.
Oh, yeah.
Twins.
Listen to this.
Twins.
Scottish opponents and fans always yelled at me that I was a Yank. Then after telling them all I was a Canadian and had pints all night.
Yeah.
Scotland.
That was like Colin Farrell, when he beat up the Canadian and in Bruges. That could have happened last week. I think I told Colin Farrell because Colin Farrell is from Dublin. You know what I mean?
I think I told you my Scotland story last time, Dave, didn't I? When I was up Scotland visiting your in-laws, and it's that long back.
You were wearing the kilt and you had no underwear on.
No, it's where it was back with the days before mobile phones, and I was ringing up. I think I was ringing my parents back up in England, and I was in the phone box. And as I'm ringing my parents up, talking to them, these Scottish kids could hear me English accent, and they were kicking the shit out of the phone box while I'm in it. That was my last experience.
They weren't Scottish; they were from Bristol.
Yeah.
Try playing in.
They were just up in Scotland. They were from Bristol.
Try playing in 30 October or November in Western Canada.
Snow.
You're so cold you don't feel any pain.
Yeah.
There's a load of messages. I've got to read them out. Sorry. When you thaw out the next day, you feel everything. Laugh out loud. Yeah. Dave, has a rocket on his shirt. What? And his pants.
I think he meant shit in his pants.
Thanks,
All those hooks.
Yeah, on the goalpost.
Was that? Jesus feck. Shilton was awesome. Yeah, he was. Great keeper.
He was.
Yeah.
I recall that, Scott. And
yeah, I think but was it Mark Wright who was the player that landed into Shilton? I'm not sure. I've often tried to look for it for morbid old fantasy. I don't know. I tried to look back at it.
The broken leg was bad, man.
Yeah, that one made me sick as well.
Yeah.
The sock was the only thing holding the foot on.
Man, yeah.
It was like that.
Yeah.
It was just the sock, the thick sock.
I remember the picture in the paper as well.
Mark Wright.
It was dangling. Oh man, it did make me sick. You're right.
And what was the other one? Boost for Coventry, wasn't it?
Coventry
Boost for Coventry. Peter Schmeichel, he was Coventry against Man United. Peter Schmeichel ran off the pitch with his hands over his face like that. And they were chucking on buckets of water on the pitch to get rid of the blood.
Oh,
I remember that one.
Yeah.
He stretched.
Do you remember the one Roy Keane on
Haaland?
Erling Haaland's dad?
Yeah.
Haaland.
That was about
I remember that one, yeah.
The thing is, though, if you look at Roy Keane, he's still completely bitter about all that, isn't he? And he slags off Haaland because of his dad.
Yeah.
You know, you can see
he did say he was crap. He said he was a second division player because all he could do is score goals, and that was it.
Yeah.
His hold up play, his every other aspect of his game is like League Two.
Yeah,
he's a tough competitor.
That award though as well. I like.
He's a tough competitor, man.
Do you know that Peter Shilton tackle you was on
competitor?
Sorry, my throat. Do you hear that Peter Shilton tackle you was on about? That what a guy called Paul Cheesley that played for Bristol City when they were up in the top flight.
Yeah, about the Clyde. What I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure. I do think it was Mark Wright and Sasky reckons it was, but I'm gonna have to look back into that one, which one it was.
Because
I can't remember.
The guy who that guy who played for Bristol City, Paul Cheesley, he scored the winning goal for Bristol City against Arsenal, and he scored it Highbury down at the clock end. Now it was Peter Shilton that tackled him, and he finished his career. And
it could be that one then, yeah.
Yeah, and because I mates with Paul Cheesley, and he said to me, he said he had a payout. He finished his career, and back then he had a payout of £12,000, which was obviously quite a bit of money back in those days. And then he went into the pub industry and started obviously being a manager of a pub sort of thing. He owns a pub opposite where my mum and dad lives, and I goes in there, and he said he always reminds, he knows I'm an Arsenal fan. He goes, "Here, Anthony," he said, "do you remember that time when I scored that goal against Arsenal?" I said, "Nah, Paul, sorry, mate." I said, "I wasn't born then." I said, "Bye then." I said, "TV was in black and white then, wasn't it?"
That was before your time. That was before my time.
Right.
Yeah, that was dirty, mate. What Keane did there was dirty.
It's weird to say, Scotty. Keane knows Vieira owned him. That's why he fought him always. Got to respect Keane. But yeah, it was dirty when what he did to Haaland.
Yeah,
they did have battles, didn't they? Roy Keane and Vieira. They had their battles.
Yeah. Oh, do you know what that was?
Yeah.
Do you know what that was? The only two players I can remember that was constantly focused before the game. Before you walked onto the pitch, they were focused. Unfortunately,
in the zone completely.
Yeah, we haven't got that today in players today. They're not focused at all. I mean, I knew we were going to lose to Bayern Munich in the Champions League because the mindset wasn't right when they was walking out on the pitch. I said, we've lost this.
Aston Villa. He was
the first player to put the old Vicks, the vapor rub on his shirt.
Yeah, Vieira, yeah.
The only other player do that, but then everyone was doing it.
I was just going back to that video of that Aston Villa game, that short that you did, Lee, and it has me in hysterics. when you know you go, it was Jesus on, and you go, oh, well, what does that mean? Havertz in the midfield. It don't fucking work.
Oh, that video, yeah, I seen that video.
It don't work.
We're nuts.
But it did it, and I agree with you, because when I was on the call earlier, I could hear you talking about that. That Villa was a drop the bollock moment from Arteta, wasn't it? What he did there with Siobhan and Jesus back in the squad.
Yeah, and same Havertz in midfield.
Yeah, definitely.
Honestly, it don't work playing Havertz in midfield. That's why I lost it. I went. Yeah. Anyway,
I just, oh no, mate. I if I'm ever feeling bored, right, or I'm a bit miserable, I put that clip back on, Lee, and it just pisses me. Just pisses me.
He took Odegaard off as well before the end of the game. Well, he was our best player.
Yeah. Oh, what was that, Lee?
He took off Odegaard in the game against Villa, and he was our best player.
Yeah, Odegaard, he took him off. Yeah. Look back further, you'll see the caption at the top of the short. It says fuming, and it's about the Newcastle game with VAR. I go mental on that one.
Right, hey, I'm gonna have to get off because I'm gonna go grocery shopping because I've got no food in the house and I'm bloody starving, mate.
I'm gonna wrap it up now anyway.
I'm just gonna leave you on one final thing here, Lee. Emil Smith Rowe has passed it and he'll never make it at Arsenal. And I know you hate that, but I just
he never gets his game. In fairness to him, man, he don't get his game.
No.
I know. I love Smith Rowe, but I think it's over.
He doesn't get his game, man. If you don't get your game, how can you do well?
He's not getting it.
He's not Arteta's favourite. He's not Arteta's favourite. Well, do you reckon the they didn't get on with Arteta? If you don't agree with Arteta, you get on with him, you're out of there.
Yeah,
that's how childish Mikel Arteta can be.
Yeah, I do agree. He can be that.
Torres.
Let's have a look.
I think Smith Rowe's finished.
Friday night after hockey, as 5:30 a.m. Arsenal watch along needs top. What? Cliver and Solanke.
Clivert from Bournemouth. Is he Patrick Clivert's son?
Yeah, Justin Clivert. Yeah.
Oh, he didn't kill anyone speeding in his car. Yeah. Only Clivert.
Oh, no.
Oh, Dave.
PSR needs a spot.
Patrick was the only one that murdered someone in his car. I fucking killed the guy.
I've got no sentimentality towards Smith Rowe anymore. I just think he needs to move on to better his career.
I love him.
I like Smith Rowe. I think he's a decent player. But
I like him, but I just don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I see him at Villa or Brighton, something like that, or West Ham.
Maybe Newcastle. I don't want him to go to Chelsea and start playing with Cole Palmer, that's for sure. Blimey.
Cole Palmer.
Isn't it? I don't want to see. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap this up now. It's getting a bit late.
All right, man.
It's 11:15. Blimey, it's getting late. Yeah, so I'm going to wrap this up. Say goodnight to everybody. Hopefully,
take care, yeah.
I'll see you soon, Anthony. Hopefully, if we do these shows on a Tuesday.
Take care, lads.
So if you're available on a Tuesday, just email me and I can bring you on.
Yeah, I'll pop on. Yeah, same. Thanks for having me on.
Big up, Dad.
On the show. I've had the best show. I think I've had the best show I've ever had on the live stream. I've had the right viewer count. Looking, I had 7 or 8 viewers at one time.
We've cracked it.
Blinding. Anyway.
By the way, before you all leave,
I did my best to
like and subscribe and buy a T-shirt on the way out.
I did my best to actually make it like a disaster, but I wasn't able. I was doing my best to kind of sabotage your channel. That's what I do. I sabotage people's channels. I come on and I sabotage because I want my channel to do well and I don't want other people's. That's what I do. That's my thing. He does, Lee. He does.
For me, I've had him on my show a couple of times. He tried to sabotage that. I managed to see it.
That's all right. You can try.
I even look boring. I just make it as boring as I can.
Have fun waiting for you to try and sabotage it. Big up to Sassy. Big up to everybody that was.
Next, I'm going to go on Jez's channel and try to sabotage his.
Yes, I like to speak to Jez as it happens.
We go way back. Me and Jez, we go way back. We're good friends.
Oh yeah, you are.
No, he loves me.
Hey, he's a good friend of mine.
That's one of my favourite. By the way, just before we go, I've been listening to the Beastie Boys all week.
I love you, Anthony. Anthony, I love you.
I know.
I've been listening to the Beastie Boys actually all week. Listen, Ollie, it's a sabotage. Right, I'm off.
Good.
I'll see you later.
See you later.
Adios. See you later, guys. Peace.